thank you for coming to our presentation and movie today. What our plan is just to present what we're doing in our Bio Expo project and to show you the video that kind of inspired it. The Science Club, you enter a competition called Bio Expo or Student Innovation Expo every year, and this year the theme is balance. The past 2 years we've entered and we've won both times, so it's a lot of fun. It's mostly what you do is you come up with an idea based on a problem that you need to solve, and you present it. And there's thousands of students from across Connecticut there. It's on a Saturday, and it's a lot of fun because we're competing. It's almost like we're presenting our company as a business, and then we present it to the judges, and then they give out the awards at the end. So if anybody's interested in Science Club for next year, one of the things we do a lot of other things as well. It's a pretty big and active group, so come to our next meeting. We're going to take new members for next year. And so I'm going to turn it over to our team, Bio Expo members and Science Club members here. Taryn is our president, Maya is our vice president, we have our secretary, we have our project and competition director, Kate, and Jack, and Jen is our Bio Expo person as well. Okay? So we hope you enjoy it. Thank you for coming.
Okay, so this year's theme for the Innovation Expo is balance, and we are hoping to balance people's intake of antibiotics with their food, because
80% of all antibiotics sold in the United States goes to healthy animals, which means that we end up eating it, which makes antibiotic resistance.
And there's things called superbugs, which can be treated with antibiotics that humans are getting. There was a statistic, over 2 million Americans are infected each year with antibiotic-resistant bacterial infections, and 23,000 of them will die because if there's no antibiotics, there's no way to treat it. Our product is called A&R Balance. You just take a few drops of beta-lactamase iodine solution, which tests for penicillin and iron sulfate in the meat. It also tests for something called tetracycline. So you put it, excuse me, you take a small portion of the meat, you put a few drops of it on it, and the meat will change color from either dark brown to blue, telling you that there's antibiotics in the meat and not to eat it. Another thing that we focused on was misleading labels. Things can say, for example, grass-fed, which means it only needs to be grass-fed a certain portion of its life, and then the last 30 days it can be fed anything. There was a farmer who we read an article about who was actually feeding his cows feathers the last 30 days of its life, and it was still called grass-fed. So we're just trying to increase people's awareness about this issue.
We also called a couple big companies like Purdue, Tyson, and Boar's Head. One of them hung up on us. The other had more important calls, and then the other one straight up told us that they used antibiotics in their food. So
it was only for if they were actually sick.
Yeah. The issue is that 80% of the antibiotics used go to healthy animals. So obviously the other 20% is for the animals that are sick, but 80-20 that doesn't balance, obviously.
And when we're thinking about these large companies, a large thing they talk about is how their farming is, because there's only 12 slaughterhouses in the whole country. So you're thinking of all those cows just hoarded up next to each other, how disgusting it might be. They use this antibiotics, and they say it's to keep our food clean. They need to keep these in large storehouses. I mean, same with chickens. Chickens are hurled up together. I mean, sometimes you can go to these farms and find trampled chickens. They're dead, after being just stepped on by others. Also, you can see the hormones in it already, and chickens won't even grow them out with feathers that they naturally have. It's kind of disgusting.
So here's this movie.
So we're going to show you the video that inspired our project. It's called Food Inc., and it just gives a look into farming really and what really actually happens.
We're doing a project to test for antibiotics in different foods involving animals, and we were wondering if you use any antibiotics in your food or chickens.
Antibiotics can be administered to our birds. Not all birds receive antibiotics.
Okay.
So if a flock does receive antibiotics, they have to be tested by a licensed veterinarian to make sure that there's no residue in the bird before it's taken for slaughter. But we do have that information available at our website as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Thank you for your patience. We appreciate your hold. All our answers are anything that is not proprietary would be on our website. You can get all the answers from that. You can go to our website for the answers.
Okay, well, I was just wondering about, we looked online and we're looking for answers about antibiotics, but there was nothing on the website, so that's why we're calling.
Okay, everything that we have should be under FAQ section in the website.
It's not under there, that's why we're calling.
Okay, ma'am, but everything we have, it is, the antibiotics should be on our website. It should tell you about them on the website.
Okay, can I just ask you a few questions about it, or is that?
Okay, ma'am, I have other calls coming in at this time, and anything that is, we have is on our website.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so the hormones of poultry and the pork are no hormones are used at all, and in the beef, hormones are permitted in the raising of the beef.
All right. Thank you.
To get people to not eat meat anymore, really. It was just to increase people's awareness, because antibiotic-resistant bacteria is scary and is important for people to know about, so you can fight against it. So that was the video that inspired us for our project, and we thank you all for coming.
Does anybody have any
we hope
questions?
you learned something.
Sorry to ask if they have any questions.
Does anyone have any questions?
Was anybody? What?
Okay, was anyone aware of how much antibiotics were used in your meat? Raise your hand for yes. Actually, raise your hand for no. Surprising, isn't it? Okay, so does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, thank you all for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, guys.